Hey, good day. Minus 16 at the airport at 8:04. Good morning, everyone. A strong majority of Albertans are in support of gay-straight alliance groups in schools. That, according to a survey done by the Rocky Mountain Civil Liberties Association. Breaking down the numbers, the survey finds 8 in every 10 people in public schools support GSA support groups in schools. 77% of people say they want groups within the Catholic school system. When you look at private schools, the numbers drop a bit. Only 4 in 10 indicate support. Digging deeper into the survey, the report also recommends the province should act quickly to protect the right to form a GSA on school property.
I believe that a GSA needs to be on school property because if it's not, the message that the students are receiving from administration and the teachers who are supposed to be educating them on how to be adults is that what you're doing isn't acceptable.
A lot of experts believe GSA support groups in schools could help reduce violence and bullying against LGBTQ youth. It's now 8:05. The Jim Prentice government is being called out this morning for what's being called a lack of response to what's happening in Calgary emergency rooms. The NDP releasing documents they say show Calgary ERs are currently facing a severe overcapacity crisis. According to the NDP, high-risk overcapacity protocol was triggered in Calgary 43 times in 1 month last September. The protocol kicks in, by the way, when a patient shows up needing either resuscitation or a rapid medical intervention, and they cannot get it because the ER is simply too busy. NDP leader Rachel Notley blames decades of PC government neglect. In her words, Premier Jim Prentice says his government is working on this issue.
We recognized when I became the Premier there was a serious challenge in terms of emergency wards, and we've moved to deal with that. As I recall, the Minister of Health indicated that of about close to 400 beds that would be opened that would alleviate some of the acute care pressure. My understanding is over 300 of those have been opened.
Premier says healthcare costs have more than doubled in Alberta in the past decade, from $8 billion 10 years ago to $17 billion a year right now. Staying with health news, in Pakistan, hundreds of parents are in jail for not getting their children vaccinated against polio. 513 parents have been arrested over the last couple of days. Pakistan, by the way, leads the world in new polio cases. Last year, 214 people were diagnosed with polio. Polio is a highly infectious viral disease that primarily affects young children, sometimes leading to paralysis, in some cases even death. This virus is easily preventable through immunization, but there's no cure if you get it. Officials say the jailed parents will be released on bail if they sign an affidavit to get their children vaccinated against polio. A Calgary doctor has invented a filtration system that means everyone can have access to clean water. Dr. David Manns is the guy behind the BioSand water filter. It is used by several charities around the world. Manns is heading to Cambodia with Samaritan's Purse now to install these filters in areas where clean water is not readily available. The filter has already reached more than 1 million people around the world.
It has had a number of limitations. I mean, there were a few criteria for the development of this kind of technology. One, it has to be effective, okay? The second is it has to be inexpensive to construct, easy to construct, and it has to be very simple to operate well.
Dr. David Manns, by the way, and his team leave on Saturday. They'll be back at the end of the month. Best of luck to everyone heading to Cambodia. There you go. That's your news to 8:07.